So, you know how Jesus advises us to count the cost in Luke 14? Basically, he's trying to teach us to do our due diligence so that we can make responsible decisions and not look like morons, right? Well, I'm about to lose $754 to EagleRider because of stupidity, because I did not do my due diligence. You know how they say stupid is expensive? So if you're considering a membership with EagleRider, perhaps you may want to take a look at what my experience has been, bearing in mind that my experience may not be the same for everyone because a lot of it has to do with where I live. Basically, there are two important factors when considering a membership with EagleRider. The first one being, where do you live and how do you intend to use your membership? I joined EagleRider back in November 2019. My intention was to build up some credits so that I can actually go and rent some motorcycles in my area so that I could just try out some new bikes. Well, that didn't work out at all for me. Basically, shortly after I got my membership at EagleRider, there were about three EagleRider locations in my area that actually ended up closing down. So the nearest EagleRider location for me is Staten Island, New York. Now the problem is that if you live up in the Northeast where I live up in Connecticut, which is in New England. Your options are very limited. First of all, if right now it's November, and since motorcycle riding is a seasonal hobby, a lot of these places actually start closing down or restricting their hours. So, for example, I just went on EagleRider because I need to use up my credits. I figure let me try to rent a motorcycle from Staten Island, New York, which is 3 hours away from me. But guess what? They are closed until April of next year. So that obviously puts me in this position where I've got these credits I can't use. Secondly, you know what the most annoying thing is when you're living up here in the Northeast is that a lot of the Harley Davidson dealerships are closed on Sunday and Monday. It's just, I don't even understand that. I mean, I could understand closing on Monday, but on Sunday? Yeah, that's just dumb. I'll give you an example, right? So this past spring, when riding season was about to open up, there was this big group ride that my wife and I wanted to be part of with a bunch of our friends. Unfortunately, my motorcycle at the time was out of commission. So of course, I go to EagleRider to see if I can rent a motorcycle. This ride was on Sunday. What happens? Staten Island, Harley Davidson dealership is closed on Sunday, which means I would have had to rent the motorcycle on Saturday, ride on Sunday. They're closed on Monday, and then I would have to return the motorcycle on Tuesday. So basically, I would have had to rent the motorcycle for 3 days instead of one. On top of that, I had to return this motorcycle on Tuesday on a work day to a location that's 3 hours away, one way. Needless to say, I ended up not renting a motorcycle from EagleRider. I started looking at other options, and that's when I ran into Riders Share. So, of course, Riders Share, you're not dealing with a big company, let's say like EagleRider. You're dealing with private owners. I was able to contact an owner that was actually 45 minutes away from me. I was able to rent a road glide from him, and my wife and I were able to join the group ride and enjoy a great ride with some of our close friends. So, lesson number one. If you're going to consider a membership with EagleRider, do your due diligence because I probably would not have run into this problem if I lived in San Francisco, California, or in Miami, Florida. It just things work differently in those locations because motorcycle riding happens all year round as opposed to the Northeast over here where it's a seasonal type of thing. The second thing to consider is, are you going to travel? Now, this is where I feel you could get the biggest bang for your buck when it comes to EagleRider, because they do sponsor a bunch of guided tours and some of these great locations where you can actually use your credits towards the bike rental and, go and visit some of these great sites like the Grand Canyon and stuff like that. I feel like that's where you can get the biggest bang for your buck. But this didn't actually work out for us either. So, for example, my wife and I like to go to Panama City Beach, Florida every year for our anniversary. When I first joined EagleRider, I went ahead and decided to look up an EagleRider location in Florida so that I can rent a motorcycle down there and ride in Florida. Sounds great, right? Turns out that the nearest EagleRider location from Panama City Beach, Florida is approximately 2.5 hours away. Anyway, we figured, what the heck, 2.5 hours of going up there, picking up the motorcycle and riding in Florida? I think I can live with that. So I went ahead and I tried to make a reservation. Turns out that the place in Pensacola, Florida does not accept any credits from EagleRider. So now I'm left again with credits that I cannot use. And so now this is actually turning out to be a total waste of money. So now that's basically my story. Unfortunately, once your membership expires, any remaining credits that you have can only be used within the next 30 days, which is another ridiculous thing. If I have credits there, why don't you just let me keep them? But you can only use them if your membership expires. You have 30 days to use those credits, or else you lose them. And unfortunately, I already have plans to go travel elsewhere that an EagleRider location is just not available in those locations. So anyway, the lesson learned here is, obviously, if you're going to join EagleRider, definitely do your research. First, find out how are you going to use this service. Do some research in regards to your location, and just look into this a little bit more, because unfortunately I'm losing out on a lot of money due to the fact that I just did not do my research very well. But hey, we all make mistakes. Unfortunately, this mistake is going to cost me $754, and I had to do this video really quick before my wife gets home, because I don't want her to find out that I'm losing that much money. Anyway, God bless you guys. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you at the next video.